The elevator that skips floors. Noah had worked the night shift at Calhoun Tower for almost 3 years, and nothing unusual had ever happened. Until the night he took the elevator alone after 2 a.m. Calhoun Tower was one of the oldest buildings downtown, a leftover remnant of mid-century architecture buried among glass giants. It had 16 floors, but the elevator buttons only went up to 14. Floors 13 and 4 were skipped, allegedly due to superstitions. That night, Noah was heading from the basement to the 12th floor to deliver a package for a client. As usual, the lobby was deserted. The security camera lights blinked red, and the soft hum of electricity filled the air. Noah pressed the button. The elevator doors opened with a metallic groan. Inside, the air felt colder. He rubbed his arms, though it was summer and the building's ventilation usually ran warm. He pressed 12, and the elevator began its slow ascent. The digital screen above ticked up. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. He frowned. It skipped 4. Probably just mislabeled, he muttered. But then it got stranger. The elevator passed 7, 8, and instead of 9, the screen glitched. It flickered and read 13. No way, Noah whispered. There wasn't supposed to be a 13. The elevator dinged. The doors opened. The hallway outside was dark, too dark. The usual sterile white lights were dim or out completely, and the emergency exit signs flickered red. Noah hesitated. He leaned forward, peering out. The floor looked wrong. The carpet was soaked and squished under his shoes. The wallpaper was peeling in strips. The air smelled of iron and something sweet, like rotting fruit. "Hello?" he called out, stepping into the hall. No reply. The package under his arm now felt unnaturally heavy. He turned to hit the elevator button again, but the doors shut before he could react. No, no, no. He mashed the call button. Nothing. The lights above blinked and then turned off completely, plunging him into thick, artificial night. Then came the sound, something wet, dragging along the carpet. A gurgling, inhuman breath. He backed away, heart hammering. His footsteps echoed too loud. He ducked into a corridor and crouched behind a rusted trash bin. His eyes strained in the dark. The hallway stretched longer than it should, like it was warped. A figure moved at the end. Noah covered his mouth. It was humanoid, but too tall. Its limbs were disproportionate, its arms dragging across the floor like limp hoses. The head lolled unnaturally, twitching like a glitch in a video. It sniffed the air, then groaned, a wet, sucking noise. It began crawling, jerky and fast. Noah sprinted. He ran down the hall, dodging collapsed ceiling tiles and broken furniture. The layout didn't match any floor he'd ever seen. He reached a stairwell, but the door was bricked over. He turned back to find another corridor stretching infinitely. That's when he heard it again, the elevator ding. Far down the hall, the doors reopened. Light flooded out. Noah ran toward it, the thing screeching behind him. He reached the elevator just as the doors began to close. He leapt inside and smashed the L button. The doors shut a heartbeat before the thing's shadow fell across them. The elevator dropped fast, too fast. The lights flickered. He braced himself. Ding! The doors opened. It wasn't the lobby. He'd landed on floor 0. The air was colder than before. A low hum came from somewhere far off. This floor was industrial. Pipes snaked across the ceiling, and water dripped onto rusted grates. "No, this isn't real," he whispered. The elevator behind him sparked. Smoke poured out. It wouldn't take him anywhere else now. He walked down the corridor. His shoes echoed. Then he saw them. People, or what was left of them. They stood still, lining the walls, unmoving, eyes wide open but glassy, as if frozen in fear. Their mouths were agape in silent screams. One woman clutched her phone, mid-dial. A man's briefcase was still in his hand, arm stiff. Every single one had dried tears etched down their cheeks. Noah took a step closer. They were breathing, barely. Their chests rose and fell once every 10 seconds, as if time had slowed for them. "Help me," one whispered. He stumbled back. From down the hall came a screech, deeper than the one before, a sound that didn't belong in the human world. The walls pulsed. Shadows twisted unnaturally. He ran. He passed door after door, all locked. He found one marked exit, pushed it open. He was inside a storage closet. What the hell is this place? The hallway behind him warped, expanding again. A deep voice echoed down it, more like a vibration than sound. "This is the floor between, the lost level." Noah screamed and ran. He finally reached a service elevator, older than the main one, rusted buttons and cobwebbed corners. But it was open. He jumped in and hit nothing. He hit it again. The doors shut. The elevator didn't move, but the lights turned red. The air felt like it was being squeezed. He looked up. Something was crawling on the ceiling. A face peered through the grate, upside down, smiling. "You shouldn't be here," Noah cried out. He pressed every button, even ones without numbers. Strange glyphs now glowing on the panel. The elevator jerked upward violently. He blacked out. Noah woke in the lobby. Sunlight streamed in through the glass doors. The digital clock read 7:04 a.m. A security guard was shaking him. "You okay, man? You look like hell." Noah sat up. The package was gone. "I was in the elevator. It went to floor 13, then 0. The guard blinked. "There is no 13 or 0. You been drinking?" Noah didn't reply. He stood up and walked to the elevator. The panel showed floors 1 through 14, skipping 4 and 13 as always. Nothing strange, until he looked closer. There was now a new button, B0-, hidden just below the main row, covered in dust, and something was watching him through the mirrored elevator walls. A shadow. Smiling. The end.